Alright, so here's episode 3 of my YouTube Let's Play single player survival. And I've done a little bit of work, I've grinded out some materials, got ourselves uh, an enchantment table, all the good stuff. Been getting, that's what I needed to do, is start making these. Uh, and so I figured out what I want to do is this whole area. I want to make it kind of just one gigantic village if I can. I don't have any villagers, so it's gonna be a pain in the butt getting villagers. But we can still expand the world and hopefully, you know, find find what we need, and or zombie spawner, or just doing it the old-fashioned way and finding a zombie villager, leading it back, and then curing it. I don't want to have to use that method because that sounds very tedious and painful, but whatever. I started on the staircase. This is going to lead up to the city hall. Um, this is going to lead up to the city hall. It's gonna be roughly, I don't know, I'm thinking of like a circular building or a square with two circles, because this little area kind of juts out right here and juts out right here. So if I can make it nice and even and just have it a square and then juts out to like kind of like an ellipse on either side, that would look pretty cool. That would look pretty cool. Right now I'm installing some lights on the staircase because I like my staircases. Um, I think I'm not too big on the redstone, but what I'm going to do is set up each of these with a what is it called? A daylight sensor set to nighttime, so that when there is no light, it emits the signal and powers these, and it'll light up the whole area. And I think that'll give it a nice little, it'll light it up enough to where, I mean, mobs aren't really gonna spawn on stairs anyway, but it'll light it up enough to where it doesn't look pitch black at nighttime, which is kind of the goal here, because I don't want it to look crappy at nighttime. I want it to look as good as possible, because, well, that's why you build stuff, is to make it look good. But I've been thinking about a lot about content and talking, the subjects that will be I'll use to, so you're not watching a not mindless, but an empty, an episode with zero sound, pretty much, without a voice, or I can't really put music. I mean, I could put music on. I could very well do that, but I don't have video editing software to make it extremely well put together. Like all the hermits on SirThomasCraft, they do phenomenal stuff. And, I don't have a computer that can run the programs that I want to run to make this Let's Play. That'll come in time, through just working my butt off and getting it done. And hopefully I can make good quality content without you guys hating the way I'm actually, going about it. Because yeah, I know the sound quality sucks. The sound quality on this mic is very, very low end, and it doesn't sound very good. So, I'm trying to make the best episodes I can. And I mean, until I get, more viewers watching this series or just my videos in general, I'm gonna be taking things by kind of just a wing. I'm just gonna be winging it the whole time. And things I want to focus on is, I don't know, talking about goal setting and goal setting, how you go about setting a goal, and then how you go about achieving that goal. Because I mean, everybody has goals, and if you don't have a goal within your life, you need to find what you want to be working towards, whatever it is. Whether that be football, baseball, or you want to be a writer, you want to be a teacher, you want to be a vet assistant, you want to be a zoologist, a doctor, whatever, you need to be able to set the goals to achieve what you want. That it's not just 9 times out of 10 nothing is getting handed to you, and if it is, there's a big string attached to it, because nothing is really free at all. Nothing, regardless of how free somebody might state, this will only cost you this, but really it's going to cost you an arm and a freaking leg to get it, or you have to not necessarily pay for everything, but you have to work towards what you want. You don't just get handouts, and if you are getting handouts, it's either going to make you extremely lazy, or it comes with what is it called? Darn brain fart. The fine print. That's how you say it. The fine. It always comes with fine print. So think on that. About discuss goals, how to achieve them, the process of setting your goals, and the process of figuring out, not necessarily figuring out how to achieve your goals, but going about achieving your goals, instead of it just being, I want to do this, but then you never do anything about it. New Year's resolutions, how many times have you seen somebody actually achieve their New Year's resolution? Very, very few, far in between, because they set this goal for themselves, but they don't have any idea how to achieve it and set up because you have your big goal, your main goal of your life, or not necessarily your whole life, but the main goal of the year, what you want to accomplish in the year or the decade, or all that stuff. Lost my train of thought again. I tend to do that a lot, and I'm sorry about that. You have the in-between goals. You have your big goals that will always occupy your mind and your time, but it could be daily, weekly, monthly, every so often you need to be able to hit milestones that you will need to, but you will end up hitting milestones, and you need to know what those milestones are to either reward yourself or just keep track of your progress towards your goal. You want to go to a better college. You work your butt off in high school, and you get the grades, the SAT scores, all that stuff. You get what you need to get into there, and that's something you work on daily. Through each class you take, each assignment that's given, each test, is hurdles. Each homework assignment in between big tests, that is a hurdle. Though it's a daily thing. You work on your schoolwork daily to get the good grades, and to know what you need to know to pass the big tests, to get the scores that you need to get into the college that you want. It's not something, I want to get into Princeton, and you just kind of, go through high school and you get into Princeton. You don't. You don't just get into a high-end college. You work your butt off and get into a high-end college. Nothing is just given willy-nilly. You work towards everything. And I think that's something that I don't feel, being here in America, I don't feel like we push that. I don't feel like we push that envelope of, setting these goals. We had those classes. We had all that. We had, team building exercises and all these little things that are supposed to, make you do good on tests, but it was set up in a general sense, not a, how do I describe it? It was set up generally, not more like, this is what you do when this and this and this happens. It's just kind of like, oh, this, and you do this. it's not, I don't feel like there's enough emphasis within the school systems, and I feel, you know, I was at a loss, and being where I'm at right now, I feel that I know a few more things than I did when I graduated high school. And to sit here and be working towards my goals and having the opportunity to speak to, I mean, at first, I mean, I might not get more than, 1,000 subs or whatever, a few hundred watchers on on Twitch nightly, whatever. But, it's, if like, why not, wouldn't you try to, spread what knowledge you do have with, other people? Why would you want to keep that from, your neighbor or your kid or whoever may need the important information? Yeah, there we go. And I feel like this gives a nice little touch. I feel it looks rather nice. I don't know. Give me some feedback on that. Whether you think it looks tacky, I'll step away a little further away from it to get a better view. Oh, really? Really? I'm gonna take that off. Oh, nice. I didn't know it. Oh, well, yeah. It's kind of, it does do that, I guess. And we can just, we'll take that off. Yeah. And that'll power this. Yeah. But, I want to, try and focus a little bit on helping others besides just myself kind of picture goals and achieve, said goals. It's like I don't feel enough people are pushed to achieve what they can truly achieve, like 100%. Like I feel kids are, how do I explain it? I feel as if we don't try at the school systems, not necessarily parents, because, all parents want the best for their kid. Every parent wants the best for their kid, unless you, like, hate your kid, but, we're not going to get into the negative of parenthood. That'll come when I actually become a parent and know what I'm talking about, but, you want the best for your kid, you want the best for your friends, and spreading information is the only way to really inform people of a not necessarily a better way than what they're doing, but a different way from what they're used to doing things. And, variety is something that's kind of necessary when, like I was talking on episode 2 about personal growth. You need to have that personal growth to continue in life. You can't, I think that looks pretty nice. You can't just stay the same for 20, 30 years. You can't. It's not feasible. And if you do, you're just, you're cheating yourself. It's like when whether it's, cheating, you kids cheat in class, they're cheating themselves. You not trying your best is like you're just, not pushing to achieve what you can truly achieve. I don't mean to be like a preacher or anything that, I'm not, the smartest person. I haven't made the smartest decisions within my own life, but I want better for myself than, I had as a kid, and I want better for my kid than I had when I was a kid. I want, personal growth is the only way we can better ourselves. You can't, if you're not growing as a person, how do you get better as a person? Because you don't see, let's say like somebody with anger issues, you don't see them bettering themselves by continuing to treat people like crap. No, you see them growing as a person by learning to handle their anger, control, not necessarily control situations, but be able to back down at certain situations and keep themselves out of certain situations when it's, necessary to keep themselves not